Do you want to start?
No, you should start, mate. It's your idea. You should start.
It's a good shout, actually, isn't it? So, hello, welcome to podcast number 2 of the Lee Towers and Jonathan Mottram podcast that we haven't quite got a name for yet.
No, more on that later, though.
Yes,
you might have come up with something.
There might be a feature about that. We will see.
Yeah.
So, recap from last week, shall we, Lee?
Okay. Do you want to just... What have you been up to? Like, obviously, last week we asked each other what's the best thing that's happened.
Yeah, true.
So that's a nice introduction. So, yourself?
The best thing that
I mean, it's not really a week because we haven't... This is 10 days since we did the Saturday one.
We did
it before the World Cup final, didn't we?
Very good, yeah.
Last 10 days or so, what's the best thing that's happened to you?
The best thing that happened to me was making a quiz and delivering it successfully at my place of employment.
Okay.
Went down an absolute storm.
That's a school, by the way. She's not just doing it for fellow people in the bank.
Not just on the street doing it.
No.
Well, yes. No, students enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Some good rounds on their flag. There was a flag round.
Yeah. Do you come up with it all yourself?
Yeah, all wrote myself.
Yeah.
Yes.
General knowledge, is it? A bit sports? Or...
History, general knowledge. There was a really good
school
round.
subject, is it?
No, completely non-school related, non-curriculum
yeah.
related whatsoever.
Yeah.
My favourite round was I gave the students 3 hints. So, for example, I said I have played 2 brothers in a gangster film. I have played
I think I know this
Batman's enemy, and I've played a gangster who is the head of a Jewish gang.
Okay.
So, who am I?
Tom Hardy.
Correct, there you go. So I had quite a few of them. They went down the street.
That's good, yeah. Did the kids watch
Peaky
Blinders?
They got Tom Hardy. They got that one straight away, yeah. There was also
Craze of the brothers, aren't they?
Yes, correct, yeah. Legend, the film was a very good film.
Was it?
Another
really
round that the students particularly enjoyed was the languages round. So I said something in a different language. They had to guess what I'd said and also what language it was in.
I mean, you speak a few different languages, don't you?
Yes,
So,
fluent in
I
quite a few.
Multilingual.
So, if you want to... Yeah, absolutely, yeah. That's the correct term.
Yeah.
It was a... Yeah, nice quiz. How about yourself, anyway? Good. What's the best
similar
thing?
line to you. Mine was a quiz as well. Now, mine was for just for adults. I mean, not...
What kind of quiz was it then?
Yeah, it was not like that. It was a quiz on the popular US TV comedy show Friends.
Recently added to Netflix.
Yes. That was a gold mine of knowledge for my quiz. That was to dip into. It was at a pub in Nantwich.
Interesting.
Well, let me do this bit first.
Sorry, go on. I've just thought something.
Oh, no, it sounds contrived.
Sorry, I was going to go on.
Okay,
No.
So I invited a few of my friends and people I know who like Friends. They brought someone else along. So we had 6 teams. It should have been of 2, but unfortunately some people who I invited can't count. So they ended up bringing 3, which was not ideal, but we worked through it.
Docked points, or?
No, I just let it go. But
interesting. I've done quite a few quizzes with you before, and you have not let things go.
No, it was a bit more formal though. I didn't really know the people very well, so I didn't want to come across as...
Of course, yeah. You want them to come back for the second
Exactly, there will be
quiz.
Another one, I think.
Yeah, of course.
So,
I imagine when Friends do a new series, you can then do another quiz for that one,
series.
Yeah, so that's fine.
So we did it in the pub. 14 people. I was a quizmaster.
So did you rent out a room in the pub or just by
it's
chance?
not a busy pub. We got there.
Was it the Elephant by chance in Shavington?
No. One of the teams got there early, got the metaphorical towels on the sun lounges, got us in there early, secured the area. Good.
I assume they were leathered by the start of the quiz then.
Yeah, I mean, they were there at 2:30. The quiz didn't start till 4.
Excellent.
So,
fair innings, that.
Yeah. So, I did the quiz there. Went down quite well. It dragged on a little bit too far. Yeah. Because the last round was name as many characters as you can think of. And it was a hot day on Sunday. And we were upstairs indoors. It was a bit stuffy and a bit too hot. It dragged on a bit longer. If I'd done it in hindsight, I would have said name characters who have been in at least 1 episode. At least 2 episodes.
Okay, so rather than...
And then it chops the list down a lot. And it was. The more episodes the character you said had been in, the more points you get.
Good to get feedback, though.
Yeah.
Good to get feedback from the people to...
I mean, it's not going to be perfect first time. It's the first time I've done one in that arena.
My school quiz was...
Yeah, again, for kids, that's easy. Like taking candy from a baby. This was a proper quiz.
Child's play, some may say.
Yeah, literally. I did the Friends quiz. It went down well. Good feedback. I'm going to do another in January. I'll tidy it up a little bit, and I'll make sure beforehand this time that I can plug my laptop into the TV in the pub. Because I bought my own USB cable and then couldn't plug it in. I asked the girl behind the bar. I don't think she knows what a USB cable is. Hopeless.
I guess she of the HDMI generation.
She must have been about 20, so yeah.
Right, okay. USBs are obviously outdated. Interesting.
Anyway, that dragged on a bit, didn't it?
Well, no, it's fine. I mean, it is a football podcast, but I don't mind steering it down Friends Lane for a minute.
I mean, I don't know how wide-reaching the Friends quiz has got.
Well, let me tell you something interestingly.
Okay.
I was at a meal on Monday night at the Barbridge Inn.
Yeah.
I say sailed a boat. I was on a boat that someone else was controlling that people would not let me take charge of.
When was this?
Monday night.
Okay. You're not at work on Monday?
No, I finished knocked off about 11, I think it was.
Okay,
so, just the one lesson actually. So nice and early.
Yeah.
And on the barge, what do you call it when you're moored up?
If
only we had some sort of captain on this, or a friend.
You parked up.
If only we had some sort of friend who had some nautical knowledge that we could ask. And at the pub, someone at the table just through standard chit chat said, someone had a quiz at the Black Lion on Sunday about Friends. And I went, really? And this person, I do not know how they had a link to your quiz.
No, that isn't made up. That did actually happen.
It genuinely happened,
despite us probably sounding contrived.
Yeah.
So
we've obviously,
in between this podcast and the next one, we will endeavour to find the link.
Yep.
And find out how words got out.
Absolutely. I mean,
bodes well for my Friends quiz. If it's that far-reaching already, and I'm not pushing it.
I imagine your quiz was much better than how badly I shoehorned that into the podcast.
Yes,
there. But still, it's just, we're all learning here, aren't we?
Yeah,
we're all learning.
Early days.
So yeah, that was the best bit of your week then.
Yes.
Good. A very noble decision there to choose that. It's very impressive, actually. Noble, yes. Well, I don't know.
You're an English teacher.
Wrong word, wasn't it? I'm off duty now. So.
Okay. Last week as well, you gave the listeners plural and justified plural.
Absolutely.
Because how many listeners have we had that we've had feedback from in the last 10 days?
I've counted 4.
4
people.
Not to be sniffed at.
And I've got one person that I think I can send it to that might enjoy it as well.
Okay, so
4.5.
Okay, well, yeah.
I'm confident.
Yeah. I mean, if we sent them this one, we could send them 2 back to back.
Yes, we could almost get them to subscribe.
Yes.
I'd be very excited at that. So
first subscribe.
So
we were right to. You were right to say listeners plural last week.
Absolutely. So one of the things that we talked about was my DIY update.
Yes, we did the concrete floor, was it last week?
Concrete floor was last week, drying off nicely. Big day tomorrow, actually.
Go on.
We turn on the underfloor heating. So we start the process of the concrete.
Yeah, you've got to get those night games on, haven't you?
Absolutely, my friend. Yeah. Absolutely. So that's going to be the DIY update tomorrow. Well, that's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah. So what have you done in between last Saturday and today then?
Faffing around with skirting boards.
Yes, I did see you put some skirting
absolute
boards
faff that was.
Yeah, and a new front door, I believe.
New front door, didn't do that.
That looks very smart.
Yeah, it's quite nice that.
Yeah.
The skirting board, I used a compass for the first time today since probably year 10.
Were you just not sure if it was north-south facing skirting board?
Different type of, excellent.
Oh, okay.
Very good, different type of compass.
Sorry.
The math compass.
Oh, okay.
I think the last time I used one was year 10, probably why I didn't get a very good grade in my maths as I needed it in year 11. Had a compass, did a bit of angle dissecting, very difficult, so gave up and did it the easy way.
Yeah.
And it looks terrible. But there we go. That's the DIY update.
So the skirting board is in and it looks terrible. Okay.
It's in. It'll do.
Has your dad seen the quality of your work?
No, not yet.
No?
He will
you worried
see.
when he does?
Yes, firmly.
Yeah.
The difference is, if you see like a striker scoring a certain goal, my type of skirting board goal was like bumbled over the line. Do you remember Olafinhana's goal against Arsenal, for example?
No, I can't remember.
It was the first year Stoke got promoted.
No,
he quite literally fell into the ball, chested it into the goal. It was horrendous. YouTube it.
Is it an own goal or an actual goal?
An actual goal.
Team?
Yeah, actual goal. Diabolical. Shouldn't be classed as football. No. That's my level of skirting board.
Yeah.
In equivalent to scoring, if that makes sense.
But your dad's would be like a Barcelona team move, or perhaps a lob?
No, it's just by himself. So
Messi.
Like Messi.
Just dribble through yourself, slot it home.
Yeah.
There's no gaps in the skirting board.
There you are, absolutely.
Okay.
So that's where we are, the DIY.
It's also briefly alluded to last week, was your current car.
The Cherokee.
Now, your motoring history is
checkered.
To be kind, checkered. That's the word I was going to use.
Absolutely.
So you bought it about 18 months ago? Oh no, it was just over a year ago.
We celebrated an anniversary end of May.
So me and yourself drove down. Well, we got the train down to Torquay.
Absolutely correct.
Bought at the time 15-year-old.
1993.
Yeah, that would be
So 2000.
No, older, isn't it?
17. Older.
24-year-old.
Wow.
That was bad maths, wasn't it? You borrowed that compass off you. A 24-year-old Jeep Cherokee. How many miles?
138,000.
So just running then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. For £570?
587.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember that figure because...
Why was it 87?
I was bidding on eBay.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. A trusty source to
absolutely,
pick a car up from then. So, yeah, you bought the 24-year-old Jeep Cherokee.
Oh, yeah.
And it drives like a 24-year-old Jeep Cherokee. So you've had all sorts of problems with it. It's given our group of friends many number of jokes.
Endless humour.
Yeah. So
endless humour.
We haven't got really time to go over its full catalogue of how it's embarrassed itself over time.
What I could do is, for nostalgia for the listeners that know us, and for a new kind of story for the people that haven't listened before, I could do one story per week. Just to reminisce of old times.
Okay.
So just to give you a flavour, this week I noticed on full lock there's a quite horrendous banging noise. I think it's a differential.
Left, right, or both? Both. Okay, both, good.
Yeah,
consistent.
The whole hog, absolutely. Yeah. And to the point where I was trying to do a turn in a car park, and when it started knocking, the whole car jumped. Yeah. Like a couple of centimetres each time. So didn't feel that good.
No,
I'll be
stop
honest.
motoring as you'd wish.
No, absolutely no. So yeah, it's tough times, but we'll
are you just going to look into it? Are you just going to hope it resolves itself? Or
I will hope it resolves it. Well, ideally, I'd like it to break down in a ball of fire.
Yes, you can just abandon it.
Yes,
and just forget the whole sorry event.
Absolutely, that's the ideal situation.
Yeah.
If not, I'll see if it can fix itself.
Okay.
And we'll go from
excellent. There. So that's the update on your car. I think we'll come back to that again next week.
I think so, yeah. There's always something, isn't there?
Yeah. And last week as well, the podcast was as yet unnamed.
Yes.
Now, because of how often he was mentioned last week, I'd like to suggest the Rafa Marquez Appreciation Society podcast.
That sounds very good.
Or RMASP.
The RMASP. I was going to ask what the acronym was.
If you want the acronym, yeah. I mean, there are catchier acronyms out there.
I think RMASP has a certain edge to it.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, so for now, that
RMASP
can be a working title. I think it's what they say in the movie industry, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you teach drama.
I don't know what they say in the podcast industry, though.
No, I don't know. Well, we've said that.
Funny story about drama. I say funny story, it's not. It's just a little fact. Last ever drama lesson tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to make it a big one. I'm going to take a football.
You're not teaching it. Not teaching it next year?
No, back on English.
No, you're taking it off you, have they?
Yes, I think I've done
it's probably
that.
for the best, isn't
it?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
fair enough.
RMASP, happy with that?
Yeah, and two hangovers from last week. The first one we started to knock up just towards the end of Transport 11 of puns, if you remember.
Yeah.
So
and without a bit of discussion about the last. The last one was a bit of a dull note to end on, wasn't it? Really.
Yeah, I mean,
we were struggling with the Ferrari.
We brought it up too late, really, and we didn't do any prep. Obviously,
poor podcast planning.
Yeah, podcast planning.
Yeah. Podcast.
Podcast. You said.
Podcast.
Yeah. So we topped it up in the week. So I'll just roll through a few for the Transport 11.
Please do.
Cycle Owen.
Very good.
Yeah. Benito Sarbone. Remember him? Carbone, Bradford, Aston Villa.
Sheffield Wednesday.
Yes, originally I think that was.
Chupa Chups with you.
Top. Yeah. You don't get those sponsors anymore, do you?
No, absolutely not.
They were some good sponsors.
Just bet Chupa Chupa now.
Yeah, I haven't even heard of some of these Far Eastern gambling companies.
Got the hat.
No, the sun's gone in. Any other favourite sponsors you remember? Muller Ice, Aston Villa.
Muller Ice was a good one.
Remember
that? Obviously
JVC, Arsenal.
JVC, yeah. Not a fan of Arsenal though. The Newcastle Brown Ale's always.
Yeah,
that was just lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
The
Danker, Everton.
Danker.
Yeah, I don't know. No idea what they are.
No, personal favourite because of the 1997 David Hill Arrows.
Yes, they sponsored him as well. Yeah.
7 Up. That's the Jordan from that. Football. Back to football. Any more from the Transport 11?
TDK, Crystal Palace.
Who did he play for? Palace then.
That was a sponsor.
TDK,
sorry, we'll come back to it. This isn't flowing as well as last week. Walter Tramuel.
Yes, very good.
Ademola Truckman.
Yeah.
The Everton forward. Karol Poborski. can't really transport, but you get around on skis, I suppose.
I think I might have said this last time. I said Neil Shipley, but
Neil Shipley, good.
Whilst on the topic of nautical, you could go for Sean Ferry.
Sean Ferry, yeah, Sean Derry. So
nice.
We had a few more of them. Obviously that's in the bank now.
Well, should we fire off the new one?
I think
it's a nice time to start off. So
go on.
We're going to go with the illness 11.
Yeah. So any off the top of your head then?
I was thinking, so it could be any grade of illness. So the most basic, such as flu.
Okay.
Torre Andre flu.
Yeah, good. Then I suppose the other end of the scale, Joe heart attack.
Yes, you can go either end.
Yeah.
You do.
Eric diabetes.
Very good.
Yeah.
Stressy Lingard.
Yeah, good.
That is an illness. That is definitely an illness. Do you reckon?
Sure, he's off work with stress. A teacher, maybe.
Yeah, true, actually.
Again, not really an illness, but Nathan Acne.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I reckon someone might.
We can come back to them.
There's
some quality out there.
Someone could have gone off work with acne, bad acne.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really an illness. Well, I don't know. It's in now, so
maybe. Yeah, that's good. Any listeners, if they want to text any in?
Yeah, are the phones ready? So if they text in,
absolutely.
We'll get them
for next week.
Yeah. My only other thing to allude to from last week.
Your second hangover. Your second podcast hangover.
So I made 3 errors last week.
3. I didn't make any, I don't think.
No, you've seen them. 3 in 30 minutes.
Everything I said was accurate, spot on, backed up by factual evidence, I think.
All relevant as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you want
to first
right
one,
your wrongs.
When I was talking up the merits of Dennis Bergkamp, I mentioned he scored that good goal against Argentina in the World Cup second round. It was actually the quarter-final.
That's
because, of course, Argentina beat England in the second round when
very good.
They won on penalties and Owen scored the goal,
That's,
didn't he?
I'd forgive
so that was one.
I would
well, you didn't pick up on it, did you? But
did someone else?
No, just me, yeah.
That's very self-critical.
Yeah, and my other one, I was suggesting that Thomas Meunier of Belgium might get a move to a bigger club off the back of his World Cup performances.
Yes.
I've since learned he plays for Paris Saint-Germain. It's probably one of the biggest clubs in the world. So I don't think I said he's not a particularly big club.
That's fair enough.
My third one was when we were finding out where Steve Mandanda was.
Of course. In his Fiat Panda?
In his Fiat Panda. Yeah. I said that on the day of the tweet I found, he moved from a JCO to Marseille. That just didn't happen. He's never played for a JCO.
It's not like us to make up things on this podcast.
No, I just misread it. It was in French. I didn't understand the picture properly. I can only apologise for that.
Was that a place he was just visiting?
I don't. Maybe Marseille had a game against the JCO and he was playing or something. I don't know. But he didn't move from him anyway.
That's very noble of you to admit your errors. Correct use the word there, I'd say.
That was better, yeah. That's good, yeah. Progress, that is.
Thank you. So
the Meunier thing, I messed that one up.
That's fair enough.
Do you want to replace him? I mean, you wanted me to think of someone who sort of may get a move off the back of a good World Cup.
Yeah, but the World Cup final.
Perisic, maybe he could go to a bigger club than Inter.
He could.
I mean, Inter are a big club, but
they've fallen slightly from grace, haven't they? As have AC Milan.
Yeah, I think Inter have got a Chinese owner now, though, so they've got a bit more money coming in. But they're not like the top of Serie A or anything worthy last year.
AC Milan could do a short with that defence. I don't know where Maldini's gone. He's not played for
Costa Curta as well.
Absolutely.
I don't know what they're doing with them in the reserves.
Kind of players that they should be bringing out, really.
Yeah.
The World Cup final obviously was the showpiece, wasn't it, for players?
A good game as well.
It was very good.
The old cliche is early goal makes teams come out and play.
Yeah, definitely.
And maybe that was true that time.
Very
Sometimes cliches are true.
Very enjoyable.
Perisic was a good goal, wasn't it?
Very good goal. Nice little knockdown with the right and then slammed in with the left.
I thought Croatia had the better of the game, actually.
I would agree with you, yes. Yeah. I think France, but then again, France had players in the right places at the right times to do the right things. For example, the penalty, a bit controversial.
Oh, the handball?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
do you think it was a penalty? Would you, if you were in charge, God forbid, of anything, such as a World Cup final, would you have given it? Not that you know the rules. I don't know the rules.
Have you ever refereed a game, just out of interest?
No, never. Did you referee some games at school?
Yes, I've refereed. Yeah. I refereed. I think it was my first ever game was a year 9 kick around. I think I gave about 4 penalties.
Yeah. Was it like 2 forms?
Yeah, it was like a year 9 inter-year game.
Okay, not a big local derby.
No,
not Brian Lee's Malbank.
No, absolutely not. No. Was summoned into the head's office after though for brandishing the penalties around. Had to have a quiet word. I was given a year on the sideline, banned from going near any football team at the school.
It's a shame that rule didn't apply for our Wednesday evening football team as well.
Well,
isn't it?
You never know; it could come into force.
Yeah.
So, a player that I was impressed with in the final, who took a lot of the pressure. I'd not really heard of him before the final, but he stood out to me. Griezmann.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's obviously snuck under the radar the past few years in Europe. I'm guessing clubs might be after him. The big Spanish clubs maybe.
Yeah, I think they might be interested in him.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, it would surprise me if a big club didn't come in for him.
Yeah.
That's because
he's not a very big club at the moment. It's a bit like Meunier. Yes, I thought of Meunier.
Similar level.
Yeah,
I've not heard of him.
No,
but I'm guessing
maybe he'll get a move.
Obviously French. A lot of the French players will now be looking for moves out of the French league.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the best league, is it?
No, but a player of his calibre, he's obviously shown on the grand stage now. I think he can do very well.
The biggest stage of all, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's the one for me. I think that's the kind of.
Was he top scorer at the Euros as well? The last Euros?
I don't think so.
No. Was he not in this?
I think this is the one when he burst onto the scene, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I've done a bit of reading about him, read a few transfer rumours and stuff. Obviously, I do my media lookout throughout the week.
Yeah, something to look forward to later.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was one of the names that came up when I was doing my media review, actually. Griezmann.
Oh yeah.
So I thought it'd be worth talking about. So
So what else did you see on your review?
A few bits and bobs, few headlines. It was an interesting one, actually. I got quite confused by it. Maybe you can help me out.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes, being a teacher of English, I like to make sure I've understood the literal meaning.
Sean Gouter.
Yeah. Excellent. For the Illness 11.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt.
No, absolutely. Please don't apologise for an absolute gem like that. Yeah. Must have taken a while to come up with that. Yeah. Well, about 7 minutes, I imagine, actually.
And the brain's always ticking them over.
Naturally. So, this headline slightly confused me, so I might need a bit of a hand understanding it.
Go on.
Fenerbahce,
Turkish
club, yeah. So tends to be where, I don't know, a couple of players have gone to the Turkish league after.
Yeah, I think players a bit of a payday, easier time. Yeah. Van Persie went there.
Yes,
Drogba.
He did. Was Van der Vaart there? No, Schneider. Sorry,
Schneider. That's right. Yeah,
I always get those two mixed up because they were always around at the same time.
Same very good players, as well,
but then I think Schneider always just snuck ahead of Van der Vaart.
I'd say so.
I did like Raf.
Van der Vaart was good at Tottenham, wasn't he?
Yes, very good.
I mean, Schneider was at probably Real Madrid at the time.
I think he was just.
Or was it Inter? He's played for both of them.
Yeah,
I think when Inter won the Champions League, he was in that team and doing well.
He was, yes. Yeah.
So I'd probably have him ahead of him. Yeah, so both good players, weren't they?
Fenerbahce, club that can get some, fairly decent players in the twilight of their careers. This was the headline. Yeah. Fenerbahce in talks with Tottenham over second Vincent Janssen loan.
Well, how many Vincent Janssens are there?
That's what got me.
And you've already got one.
So why
would you want another one? I mean, if you got one, you want to look for someone else who sort of offers something else different to the team.
That's the thing.
Not the same person
again. If you have
again.
two Vincent Janssens up top, I don't really understand what.
No, if you work one out, you worked them both out.
And
it's not like you can play like Quinn and Phillips, is it?
Exactly.
Two Janssens.
It's like you Mark Janssen and you Mark Otu, the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's.
I don't know why they'd want two of them. No. Like you say, they're spoiled for choice for players.
I think Tottenham are.
And why have Tottenham got two in the first place?
Again,
why have they ended up with two?
A worthy question. So I don't know.
That's an odd one. That is.
I don't know if it obviously can't be poor journalism. So I think there's something going on there with Tottenham and Fenerbahce.
And more than one Vincent Janssen.
I'll do some research because obviously.
Yeah, let us know.
Yes,
and let all the listeners know.
Absolutely.
I'm sure they're interested.
I've brought some decent stuff to the table with Griezmann, so I think I should be at a similar level next week.
Yeah.
About Janssen, so I'll do some stuff there.
That's right. Yeah.
But the World Cup final then. Did Vincent Janssen play in the World Cup final?
I don't think so, but I mean, it sounds like it's hard to keep track of him. There's not many of them.
He could be anywhere. But a lot of.
He's Dutch, isn't he?
Do you know actually, interestingly about the World Cup final, wasn't there a lot of Tottenham players? A lot of.
No, that was the third place game, wasn't it?
That was
because it was Belgium and England.
Yeah. How many Tottenham players were there in the World Cup final? Out of curiosity.
In the final, Lloris,
yeah. A bit harsh on the goalkeeper, I thought. I thought he was well within his right to try and take on.
I mean, if you're gonna do that, I mean, do it on the biggest stage.
What stage to do it on?
Yeah.
No complaints from me about that.
No.
Won the game.
4-1 up as well.
Captain as well, does what he wants.
Yeah. So you'd like to sort of like to see yourself in that role one day?
Captaincy?
Captain?
Well,
Yeah.
I don't think you need a label for that, do you? I think some people just show natural leadership skills.
That's true. They always say it's something you've got or you haven't.
Yes.
You can't teach it.
Yeah, I don't think you need a label to definitely, say that you're a captain. I think you can just naturally do it.
No, I mean... Yeah.
Comes naturally to
somebody could brandish themselves as a captain. It doesn't mean anyone listens to them.
No, absolutely not. No, absolutely.
So
the World Cup final, we've briefly kind of dipped in and out of it. It's all over now at the World Cup.
Yeah.
Bit sad, but
yeah, it's a shame when it finishes and then nothing for 4 years. I know there's a Euros, but it's not quite the same.
Yeah, so the World Cup's got a bit of an extra scale. So we discussed linked to the World Cup our World Cup 23, didn't we?
The Fantasy 23.
The Fantasy 23. So let's reinvigorate our interest in the World Cup and get back to that then.
So
who's in this week?
I picked Dennis Bergkamp last week.
And I picked Sideways Stephen Nzonzi.
Sideways
now
Stephen
a World Cup winner.
Yeah, of course.
So even more reasons for having him in the team.
This week
Frank Crampard.
Yes, good one.
Can you be off work with cramp? Yes, you can. I feel like I'm cramping up now, actually. I think it's because I've drank about 2 litres of Pepsi Max today, but carry on.
Yeah. This week for my Fantasy 23, obviously I went for Bergkamp last week.
Yeah.
I've gone for another attacking outlet this week.
Interesting.
But more of a winger, where obviously Bergkamp played just in behind, really.
Yeah.
Laurent Robert.
Interesting.
Yeah. A bit of an enigma, I think it's fair to say. On his day, though, what a player.
Oh, lovely.
Some of the goals he scored.
Absolute peach for a left foot.
Oh, incredible, yeah. A few outside of the box, long shots, top corner.
Yeah.
There was one sort of I'm going to say it was like a bit like a scorpion kick thing from a corner when he got it in. But yeah, sweet left foot, really. I mean, not too many French left wingers that have been, have there? So, Laurent Robert, Newcastle, I think he was good. Just sort of player who, because of the things he did, just sort of sticks in your mind, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah,
those
absolutely.
goals and that. Just he was a bit of a hit or miss. I quite like that.
That's good. Yeah,
So Robert, actually,
you can't change it now.
well, I'm going to have to. Because everything I've said is still true.
Yeah.
But all those things combined, plus a better haircut, David Ginola.
Very good.
So Robert's out for Ginola,
Yeah.
but everything I've said still stands.
French as
but
well.
with better hair. Yeah, exactly.
I guess
Everything I said stands.
Robert can be on the standby list in case
Yeah.
gets distracted.
Yeah,
by
or gets like a wash and go advert gig or something like that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm happy. They're both in. Well, half in.
So Bergkamp and Ginola.
Bergkamp, Ginola.
And then Nzonzi. So
Nzonzi.
66% French so far.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
My player this week is a player that is probably quite a serious one, actually. He might actually get into a World Cup team in his prime.
Yeah.
Dimitar Berbatov.
Oh, yes.
Just
along the lines of what I've just said of some of the things he's done stick with you. Berbatov again.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the touches,
similar,
and some of the goals.
Oh yeah, similar player to Bergkamp in some respects. In a touch player, I like to call him.
Yeah.
Just the touch was always there. I was I was lucky enough to watch him live about 4 or 5 times, I reckon. So I watched him when Tottenham came to the Britannia and when he played for Man United.
Yeah, didn't see him in his Fulham wind down days.
I don't. Maybe once actually. Yeah, maybe once. Now I said that. But yeah, it was just a wonderful player to watch. He was good, wasn't he? Some moron would be lumping it up from the back, and he'd just bring it down on his toe, and then like flash the V's at Shaw Cross. He'd be there like rolling round. He wouldn't do anything like pop it in the top corner. He'd just pass it out wide and just keep the ball. He just seemed
to have so much more time than everyone else, didn't he?
Lovely to watch. I for 90 minutes I'd just watch him.
Yeah,
he kind of just saunter around, be out of the game, and then all of a sudden just come to life. Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah. And that do you remember that one where he was at United? He turned, I think it was James Collins,
on
the byline, and then just crossed it across the goal. I think Ronaldo tapped it, but that turn, I think he turned around and dinked it over him.
Yes, incredible. Just
quality. He's just a level above, wasn't he? Then
in some ways,
overhead kick as well against Liverpool, was it?
Yeah. I when I talked to my dad about football, there was a lot of players of his era that were. He said every team had a Berbatov. So like we've been kind of we've had one in our kind of era recently. Would you say with Bergkamp?
There's a few knocking around. They're fairly. There's not really. You could maybe say there's not really mod space in the game now for.
Yeah, the way it is.
That's a massive cliche. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Cut that bit.
It might be true. I don't know.
No, absolutely. It's a very athletic orientated game, isn't it? Now you could say.
I think that's what I was getting at. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But he's
a luxury player, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You might need to carry him at times, but
yeah.
But maybe the other players, because he's that good, they don't mind carrying it or running a bit further.
Yeah,
they know what he can do when he gets the ball.
Yeah, definitely. My dad said that every team had one in the 70s, and it was, you got your money's worth when you went to watch a game, because they would just week in, week out do that.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a shame that we don't get that as much. So that's why he's in.
Yeah,
he's in the World Cup 23.
Definitely big agreement from me on that one.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So next week then we'll add another two players.
One each. Yeah.
Maybe some defenders next week.
Should we do a defender each next week?
Yeah.
No,
I already know who I've got.
I think I have as well.
We
may have got the same one.
We'll see what happens
next
week.
We'll have to just see next week.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Fine.
So, last week you tried to influence me to tell me something about flags.
Yeah, I'm into my flags, as we said.
You are, yeah.
When I was showing off about my flags quiz.
However, I wasn't really interested.
No, not.
But then again, I feel like I've become interested because in the school quiz, I asked the question of which country has the oldest flag.
Oh, okay.
Do you know the answer?
No, I don't know that one.
The answer is Denmark.
Is it?
Apparently.
So that's good.
I think that's factually true.
You haven't just made that up?
No, I think that's genuinely factual. I mean, everything I say on this podcast is factually
I mean, what you said about Griezmann was bang on, wasn't it? So.
But then I think maybe, have you got any flag trivia for me this week, or have you got something that might interest me?
Well, because you weren't really interested last week, I haven't gone out of my way to find you anything decent on it. I could replace it with a football fact.
Go on then.
Okay, so Patrick Kluivert,
yes,
and Ruud van Nistelrooy,
both
born on the same day in the same year.
Really?
Exact same age. Different hospitals, I think.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. But, different mothers?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I would have thought so, because...
Because of what?
Yeah. Well, we were born at different areas in Holland.
Yeah, so there must have been different mothers. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, exactly the same age. One peaked obviously very early, and one...
by the
time Van Nistelrooy was peaked, Kluivert was sort of washed up at Newcastle, wasn't he?
That is a very good fact. I would not have known that. I would have assumed Van Nistelrooy was much, much older.
I mean, that's the cliche, isn't it? That's why you say it, I suppose. People say, who's older? And then
that's good knowledge. I'm very
remember that, though.
I will.
I can pick one out every week.
If you could, that'd be great.
Yeah.
And I might just do a bit of flag reading anyway, because...
Yeah, it's just interesting, isn't it?
It is. It's good.
Well, I think it's interesting, isn't it?
Another fact, I guess, this is something that has been confirmed for a while now, but something that is worth talking about on the football podcast. The World Cup in November and December.
What, this year?
Yeah, this year. See,
2022.
2022. That was in the quiz. In fact, this was another thing in my quiz. I had 9 flags on the board.
Yeah.
Said to the students, "Tell me all these flags." And question 10 was which.
I thought you had 9 flags on the board.
The what? 9 flags on the board.
Sorry, go on.
I had question 10, so it was like 1 to 9.
Yeah, I can
question
count.
10, yeah. So then after 9 came 10, and then 10 said, "Which of these flags is the odd one out?" Now, I'll just give you some... I'll see if you can figure it out by just giving you some
I think I know
countries.
what it is already, but go on.
Go on, what do you think it is?
Is it a team that weren't at the World Cup?
Almost.
Okay.
So the clue was, as of 2022, which of these flags is the odd one out? And such flags were Panama, Russia, South Africa, Australia, Qatar, Spain, for example, and then Uganda.
Okay, are they countries which have never got to the World Cup?
But as of 2022...
Yeah, that's why you had Qatar on there.
That was the one, yeah. So
yeah, okay.
Uganda were the only team on the board.
Well, they might get there. You don't know.
Exactly. So as
of when you did it,
yes,
that was
factually correct.
Correct. Yes, that's right.
So, but we did, that was part of mine.
That's going to be embarrassing for them, isn't it?
What, my quiz if they get?
Well, that and Qatar being at the World Cup.
You never know. Russia did it right. Everyone's
Russia
saying
a lot better
like
than
Russia.
Qatar though. They never even got near qualifying, have they?
What, Russia?
Just to any World Cup, I don't think Qatar have got close.
No, I don't think so. I always remember they were the worst team on FIFA 97.
Was that the one with the indoor mode?
Yes.
Oh, what a game!
Incredible. But I always remember playing against them.
Did you often get beat by them?
Yeah, that's a won the game. Dear me. So, they're quite a bit controversial. So I've heard some people talking about that. I think obviously on the bit of the come down from the World Cup, people are talking about how it's going to be 4.5 years now to the World Cup.
Yeah, but then when that's finished, it'll only be 3.5.
Very true. Very true.
Swings and roundabouts.
How's it going to affect your Christmas run-up.
It's going to be weird, isn't it? It's going to be something completely unprecedented, and probably that's not going to happen again for a long time either.
Yeah.
I mean, are they talking about doing a break in the European leagues?
I think so, yeah.
So the World Cup lasts, a month? So
Yeah,
how
yeah.
long before and after do you need?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it was about 20th of November to 20th of December,
I
wasn't
think
it?
so, yeah.
So that means what? It stops in October?
Have to be end of October,
And
maybe.
then starts up again February?
Yeah.
So then what does that mean for the summer before and after?
I
It's
did-
just not worth it, is it? Why are they
No.
taking it there? It's just causing too much strife.
Yeah.
It's causing a
Strife.
lot of headache all over the world, apart from Qatar.
But
Although the Scandinavian league, some of theirs run on the calendar year because I think it's too cold to
that's
play.
true, yeah, very true.
So get your money on early. Sweden,
Yeah.
Iceland, maybe they'll be an advantage. Oh, it's going to be very hot there, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just worried that I might go out Christmas shopping and end up watching Iceland versus Croatia or something.
Yeah,
you know,
that's-
you
yeah,
might
you're
just
gonna
get
get carried
distracted
away,
by
aren't
it,
you?
Yeah.
It'll be weird because you can't do the fan parks and stuff in this country. It'll be too
true.
cold, won't it?
Yeah.
It just, it's gonna not be the same, is it? It's a shame that.
I mean, people might get a bit distracted whilst they're doing the Christmas shopping. Uganda might be playing Qatar.
Yeah,
Could happen.
could happen.
Could
yeah,
happen. You never know. One thing that will definitely be happening though in the Qatar World Cup is Steve Mandanda and his Fiat Panda.
yeah, he'll still have it.
He's got
won't
to
he?
be there, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's got to be there. World Cup winner.
He is now a World Cup
World Cup
winner.
winner in his Fiat Panda.
Yeah. If
Shall
anyone
we-
wasn't listening last week, which I don't think you would have been, Jonny has found out that Steve Mandanda owns a Fiat Panda, despite all his money and his success. As a
Very,
World Cup
very
winner.
noble of him.
Yes. This podcast is going to end up being called the Noble Podcast. You carry on. So every
we do-
week we're going to check where he was on a certain day in his Fiat Panda.
We've got
I'll just
pick
say,
the
because
year,
I've gone onto his Twitter page early,
Yep.
because I know you're going to give me a date, he's
Yep.
changed his Twitter header
Ooh,
to be the French boys in front of the crowd at the World Cup final.
of course he has.
Which is nice,
Has he
isn't
changed
it?
his tagline to World Cup winner Steve
It's still in
Mandanda?
French and it's the same as last week.
Does it
So,
say anything about panda? What's panda for French?
No, I don't know.
I'll find that out for next week. I'll add that to my research list.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for...
Give me a date
the
then
date
and I'll see
today.
what Steve Mandanda was doing in his Fiat Panda on this
The
given
date today is the 24th of July. We're going to go for 2017. 1 year.
24, yeah, okay.
Just 1 year. I think we went 2015
we did last time, 3
wasn't it?
years ago.
Yeah, a lot of scrolling.
Yeah, not as bad this week. I'll still leave you with some dead air, though.
So last time he was what we thought was a AJ...
A JC. I've been through this,
JCO?
I was wrong.
I've got to fill some time, haven't I?
Go
So
on then. What was the date?
24th of July,
17.
2017.
Oh, gone
What
too far.
was?
Hold
Oh, interesting. Not looking good then, is it?
Well,
Anything around the 24th of July.
I'll just get closest again, Charles.
So I'm thinking maybe the Panda was in for an MOT service, possibly.
Could have been. Closest I can get to the 31st.
We'll take it.
It's completely in French, and I've no
Do you want
idea
me to
what's
translate?
going on. No. He's always retweeted something.
Okay.
In fact, I think all he does is retweet. Oh, no, he tweets a bit. He's retweeted something.
What was it saying?
I can't read French. I'm not going to embarrass
I
myself.
can't. Do you want me to have a
No.
So we don't know what.
I don't know. I don't know what he was
Okay,
doing.
we don't know what he's doing on
Okay.
the 24th of the
No.
7th.
Good feature, though.
But he has. Oh, excellent. We'll
Yeah.
have to. I mean, he's retweeted something, so he was obviously live.
Yeah, he's active,
Yeah,
isn't
he was live, wasn't
Yeah.
he? Any more for the illness 11? Just thinking that I almost have one then. But
I was trying to get Cough into one.
Oh, if could do Darren
Cough, the cricket.
If only,
yeah,
if
the
only he was a footballer.
Yorkshire fast bowler.
Has he played football?
I wouldn't have thought so.
Cricketers that have played football.
Ian Botham.
Ian Botham.
I heard a story about Ian Botham
Go on.
told by a guy called who was the guy, the Leighton Orient manager who the
Steve.
the documentary they did in about 20 years ago, a bit more.
Oh, wow.
And he
before my
bollocked in
time,
his
that.
team.
I've seen one of Neil Warnock going absolutely wild, but it's not him.
No, it's not him. His name was John Sitton, I think.
Sitting.
And he told a story about how when he was playing for, I think it was Millwall, they had a game against Scunthorpe.
Yeah.
I think it was Scunthorpe, pretty sure it was Scunthorpe.
Who didn't you turn out for him?
Yeah, he played a bit for him. But the story was that a few hours before the game, players were out on the pitch or whatever, and Botham was there. So Sitton was thinking, is he here as a guest of the club or as an ambassador or something?
Yeah.
Because he was had a pint of bitter.
Excellent.
And he was in the middle of the pitch with the players or whatever. And then so one from the club came out, took his pint, gave him another one. Had his beer. Didn't think anything of it. Go back to the changing rooms, get changed for the game, come out in the tunnel. Who's playing centre half for Scunthorpe? Botham, 3 or 4 pints in. And at the time, Millwall had Tony Cascarino, who played for Ireland at the World Cup. And apparently Botham was all over him.
Amazing.
Botham gave him a nightmare. 3 or 4 pints in.
Excellent. Some people are just naturally good at a lot of things, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, nothing I can relate to.
No, absolutely. Yeah. Dave Brown, for example, I've not seen him be bad at
press ups he was bad at.
Yeah, very true.
But apart from that,
anything
good at everything.
Related.
Yeah.
So, was that an illness 11 there? Darren Cough will be good, but it's cricket.
Yeah.
I think we're almost there, aren't we? Shall we bring it to a close? We've almost doubled the time, I think, of the podcast this time.
Sorry about that, everyone. We babbled on too long at the start, haven't we?
It's almost like we need some sort of producer to edit this.
Yeah, well, you can do that, can't you?
I'll have a go.
Yeah.
So I think we'll finish on something that I get a bit confused by, so I need Lee to clarify.
Okay.
It's not free.
Okay, yeah.
So
we had this last week, didn't we?
I think you just about explained the one last time.
You got stung by some supposedly free tickets to Chester races, didn't you?
Well, it was. Mine was free, wasn't it?
No, what's this one you pulled out this week?
Well, I fancy the takeaway after the skirting board disaster.
Fair enough.
Treat myself to something.
Yeah, it's good to treat yourself after a day's work. DIY.
Yeah, so that was quite decent.
Yeah,
and I said, right, let's get a pizza. Do
you remember a player for Wimbledon a few years ago called Peter Fear?
Oh
midfielder. Peter Fearake.
That's excellent.
Yeah,
very good. So we decided to have a pizza, and myself and my better half said, right, you're going to get a pizza, I'll get a pizza, one each. No, it's quite a good deal. Buy one, get one free.
No, it's not buy one, get one free, is it?
Well,
again, we've been through this last week. You paid X amount and you got 2 pizzas.
But if my other half wasn't there, and if I ordered one pizza, I would have spent $15.99 on a large Meteor.
Yeah, is that a pizza? Is it, or not? You buy a rock?
No, it's a Domino's type of pizza. So $15.99 large Meteor. Yeah, done for me.
Yeah, okay.
Then my better half says, right, I want a pizza as well.
Yeah.
So she gets a pizza, still $15.99.
Yeah.
And she's got a pizza for free.
No, they've given you 2 pizzas for $15.99. Or if you'd gone on your own, you would have had 1 pizza for $15.99.
But on paper, though,
it's not on paper. It's just you've given them some money, and they either give you 1 pizza or 2 pizzas.
But if you wrote those down and put like amount of money spent, $15.99, in a little column, and wrote what you'd spent on both of them, then I'd look at it and go, well, hang on, that one's obviously free, and the second one that has been added on free.
You'd sum it up, wouldn't you? So you've had 2 pizzas for $15.99.
It felt free.
It wasn't free.
So is it free?
It's not free.
It's not free. That's it. We're done. Any more illness 11?
Hyungmin sunburn.
Very good.
It's not really an illness, is it? Well, it's not an illness.
You could be off work with sunburn, though.
Yeah, you could maybe. Yeah.
James.
That was good.
James. No, it's not worth doing.
Do you want to finish with it?
James chest pain. Let's finish on a dour note.
Again, 2 weeks in a row. Yeah.
We'll see you in a week.
Are we back next week?
We're back next week.
Yeah, we need to get a couple in because you're going to America for 4 weeks.
Yes, doing some podcast research.
Okay.
We'll speak more about that next week. Thanks
Look
for listening, listeners.
Yeah. If you've done well, if you've got to the end of this one, you've done really well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because this is dragged on, hasn't it?
Yeah, I've not enjoyed this.
No, it's not been as good, has it?
See you next week.
Bye.